Hey, so if you're renting right now, but you've got that dream of one day owning your own place, then this one is definitely for you. We're going to break down how you can actually make that leap. This is the big question, right? It's the one that pops into your head every single month when you write that rent check. You see other people buying homes and you just can't help but wonder, could that ever actually be me? Well, let's just cut right to the chase. For a whole lot of people, the answer is a huge, resounding yes, seriously. The road from renting to owning is often way, way shorter than you'd think. It turns out, with the right info, you might be a lot closer than you realize. But I get it. It doesn't always feel that way, does it? Homeownership can seem like this massive, impossible mountain to climb. So let's start by talking about those big hurdles, the things that make it feel so completely out of reach. Do any of these sound familiar? My savings account is nowhere near big enough for a down payment. My credit score, it's probably not great. The market is just insane right now. Or maybe it's just that overwhelming feeling of, I wouldn't even know where to begin. You know what? These aren't just your fears. This is the exact starting line for most first-time buyers. You are not alone in this. This right here, this is a huge mindset shift. Renting doesn't mean you're trapped, not at all. It just means you haven't had a chance to really look at all the options that are out there waiting for you. Which brings us to my favorite part. Let's bust some of the biggest myths that keep renters feeling like they're stuck on the sidelines. Because the reality of the situation, it's actually way more encouraging than you might think. And here it is, the big one. The myth that has probably stopped more dreams in their tracks than any other. It's this idea that you absolutely, positively must have a 20% down payment saved up. No exceptions. But the reality is so different. There are all these loan programs out there specifically designed to help people get into homes. You've got FHA loans that can be as little as 3.5% down, and for our veterans, VA loans can be 0% down. That 20% thing, it's a guideline from the past, it's not a hard and fast rule today. Okay, so what about that other big boogeyman? That 3-digit number that feels like it holds the keys to your entire financial future? Yeah, I'm talking about your credit score. You would be amazed at how many renters find out their credit is already good enough to meet the basic guidelines. The most important thing is not to count yourself out before the game even starts. You just need to know where you stand, because sometimes even a few small tweaks can make a world of difference. Let's just quickly look at where your money is actually going. When you rent, that payment you make every month, it's gone, poof. It pays for that month and that's it. But when you own a home, part of your monthly payment is actually paying down your loan. You're building ownership, equity in your own asset. You're basically investing in yourself. Okay, so if we've busted a few of those big myths, and maybe you're feeling a little more curious, you're probably wondering, what's the very first step? And I bet you're picturing just mountains of paperwork, right? Well, it's actually much, much simpler. That's it. That's the secret. Your journey doesn't start with signing your life away on some scary application. It starts with a simple, no-pressure chat to just explore, to see what's possible for you. And just look at how powerful that one conversation can be. This isn't about being sold something. It's about creating your personal roadmap. You can walk away knowing, okay, buying is possible for me in 6 months, or maybe it's 2 years. You'll get a real price range to start dreaming in. And most important of all, a clear personal plan with actual steps you can take. So that brings us to a really important question. If the first step is just a simple conversation, what's the real benefit of waiting around? I mean, what does it cost to just get some information? Nothing. You know, after people make that amazing jump from renting to owning, they often look back, and there's this one thing, one regret that you hear over and over and over again. This is it. They all wish they just had that conversation sooner. Not even to necessarily buy sooner, but because understanding their options took away all the fear and the what-ifs. It replaced all that anxiety with a confident plan, whether that plan was to buy right away or to get ready for the future. And the absolute best part, you don't have to try and figure out this whole confusing maze by yourself. That's what an expert guide is for. A team like the Smiley Team can be the ones to have that first conversation with you, to help you map out exactly what your personal journey could look like. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Let's see what that looks like in the real world. Here's what a recent customer, James B., said.
Brandi Edwards and the Smiley Team are top-notch. They are professional and go the extra mile when taking care of their customers. Now that is the kind of support that makes all the difference.
So if you're ready to take that first, simple, no-pressure step, here's how you do it. You can send a message, shoot a text, or visit the website. It doesn't matter if you're just a little bit curious or totally ready to go. Reaching out is how you get the clarity you deserve. So I'll just leave you with this one last thought. Knowledge is power, right? And just understanding your options is the real first step toward any big goal. So if not now, when are you going to start the conversation about your future? Thanks for joining me.